Okay, so this is my video of me creating the stables for my character Silas, and where he's gonna be keeping his horses, and just his yard that he put together, kind of. I mean, he planned it. He's been planning for it for a while. By the time I'm recording this, like this voiceover, you guys do not know yet that he has bought this place and he has been planning it and all that. You guys have no idea, so I'm quite excited for you guys to find out. So as you can see, I've made this in The Sims 4 rather than, I don't use Sims 3, which some people think I do, but I don't. I only use Sims 4 due to the fact that Sims 3 is just too laggy for my liking, and I'm aware that there's like some ways I could make it faster, but just because it's such an old game now, I don't know if they've done this on purpose, or they've purposely made it laggy so people don't play it, because I know like tons of people prefer Sims 3 over Sims 4, but I know some gamers do that, game companies, where they like make the older games like Sims, you know, more laggy, so people will move on to the next game. But yeah, I've made all this in Sims 4. This I am just using basically what comes with the game, and then as well as some like just like country-esque CC, which is custom content. All my CC I get from like building CC. I all get from like just like packs. I don't like go out and search, because I mean I'm kind of happy with like what they've got in game. I only really use Sims for my edits and nothing else, so I don't feel the need to get like a build-in CC. But yeah, like I was just quite lucky that a lot of the CC packs I'd got had quite country-esque stuff inside them, so that's what I used for the inside of the stables, which like just the walls, like the wood walls, and then a few other things which you will see, but like I don't like use anything special or anything. I mean, anyone could make their stables in Sims 4. You really just like need to like know what you're doing, I guess. Like I did not do anything special. I did not like get some custom content that like made horses in game or made working stables, none of that. I just used what the game already had. Packs I use are cats and dogs, city living, seasons, and get to work, and that's it at the moment. And yeah, and everything else is just custom content on what is already in the game. I don't really know what to say. With this, I'm really just making up as long as I go, like both what you're watching and what I'm saying right now. I didn't use any references. I just made it as what I thought would look good and what I could make in game, because I had no idea what the game would actually have for us. This idea came to me when I made a makeshift stable for one of the competitions which have just gone by, which was where I made a makeshift stable for the Dundle stables, which is where Silas and Jack stayed for their 4-day event for StarStack. And that just gave me the idea. I was like, hey, I really want Silas one day to have his own stables, and this was something I'd always wanted to do, but I just like didn't know how to go about it. And I was like, I can make it in The Sims. I can do this. Let's do it. So I did. And I just kind of did what I could. It's not how I originally thought out his stables would look like, to be quite honest, but I think for someone that's starting out, it's quite good. Like I've had like a star, like not a star stable, a just like general horse business for a while that is called Cherry Acres, and I thought, oh, let's make Cherry Acres. But then I was like looking at the sizes of the lots and all that, and the reality of it was I could not make what I wanted to make, and so I just made do. And this is what came out of it. I just a simple set of 6 stables, and this is me going to the one of the Dundo stables to see what it looked like, because I forgot something I used for the stables. Times where I stop are times where I'm checking to make sure my thing is still recording, and just talking on my phone or typing, because whilst I was doing all this, I was in 2 competitions and I had to write up my entry, and I really was not feeling my entries, to be honest. Like, I'd done the edits, I'd done everything except the actual writing, and I was just like, I really don't want to, but I have to. And yeah, this is what came out of it. So when I'm stopping, I'm either writing up an entry, replying to my boyfriend, or making sure my thing is recording, and that happens a lot because I've got a fear of my recording stopping. And little do you guys know, I asked you guys in the poll to do black or white and same or different. That was actually for this. I didn't know if I should make my stables white or black, because black is like my aesthetic and I really love the colour black. But to be quite honest, for stables it just did not work. I really wanted it to, but I just could not find anything that really worked with it, so I just kept it how it was. And well, I didn't keep it how it was. I used you'll see in a minute what I used instead of white or black. So I felt kind of bad. Well, I feel kind of bad because it was recently for me that I did not go with what you guys chose. However, I did go with the different inside and the outside. That's what the same and different was. So I can't talk. But yeah, this went well. I've also, as well as stables, I have made an arena, just a simple, like, I say an inside arena, but all it is really like an arena with like one of those roofs on top. So it's not fully inside, though I might make a fully inside one and an outside one. Now this area is like the washing area, I suppose, where you go out and wash the horses. This is somewhere I kind of think like every stable should have like a specific like washing grooming area. So I made that because I was like, yes, definitely. And it's just like a bit of cobblestone and sand, and I was adding a bit of decorations there because I thought, hey, let's add some, I don't know, something fun. But no, it didn't work out. So and there's chalkboards, so like they can write down what they need to about the horse or stuff they've done, because I really like things organized. Some logs, and like I said, I'm really just making up like all this as I went along. And here I am replacing each archway with white instead of the black ones I had, which, as you guys will see later on, I changed again. And here I didn't know if I wanted to make like, okay, to be honest, I wanted to make an indoor, kind of like an indoor paddock. Like, it wasn't gonna be an arena and it wasn't gonna be a stable. It was kind of like where you'd put the horses in if like they needed to stretch their legs but you wanted to keep an eye on them. So, but I could not do that, and I was thinking like, hey, what happens if I have the back end like under a roof so they've got somewhere to go? However, you see, that did not work because whenever I deleted the floor, the roof would go, and I did not want that, and it made no point. And I tried doing the sand tiles, and that just did not work, so in the end I just got rid of it. So my stupid ass wasted time. But in the end I just left the paddock how it was. I just had it as a simple sand paddock, and I thought I'd be pleased with that, and I could use that for edits, and that's fine because I've already got my other arena. I'm already planning other things. If I do my usual cherry acres, then I will do that on Sims 3 probably, just because it's like a proper like quote unquote business. And all this is really just me adding detail to the place, trying to make it look more realistic, taking more looks at it, seeing what I can do, seeing what I can change. Now, I would never say I'm a good simmer, because I'm really not. I am really not a good simmer. So I'm just like adding detail of whatever I can, because I want to make it look as realistic as possible. But knowing me, I really can't do that because I'm stupid. Just adding some tea and basically whatever I can, and seeing what I've got and what I can do with. Like I said, nothing is planned. It's all just I find something and I'm like, oh, I can use that. Let's use it. And that's literally it. I was thinking of having indoor fans, so like in the heat, they could like blow on them, you know. In England, we don't really have that because, I mean, it's England, but then in America you do. But yeah, here's me adding like what I would think would be like a kind of like tack area or locker area within the stables. I don't really like it because it's not really tack based. It's sort of just like a bookshelf and like a wardrobe and some lockers. It's nothing like too amazing. And here is where I am changing it all from the white to the brown and all the black and brown and the brown accents, with rather than having it all white, because I didn't like the white. I thought it was a bit too polished, and I didn't really want to go for a polished look with this. I wanted it to be more homely and more what you'd see in a more private place rather than a more open place. I'm putting, okay, now we're changing all the flowers. The flower pots were white before and I did not like that because I thought it stood out too much, so I changed them to brown. Taking away all the lights and changing them to brown lights rather than white. As you can see, I prefer it a lot better. Adding some lights on the inside as well. And then here's where I move on to the inside. I'm really not good at building. So first thing I do is I try and do lights. I don't really know what I want to do because I typically use those little tiny lights. However, they make it too bright for my liking. But I put them up whilst I was building, and I was happy for that. And here I am making the here I'm doing the bathroom because, I mean, Silas isn't gonna live here yet. And I say yet because he might in future, or he might, I don't know, but he don't live here yet. So this is really just like a nice like kind of like living space, you know, like, some stables have that. They have a nice like just general area. So here's the bathroom in case you like, you know, need a toilet or you've taken a fall, sweaty, all that stuff. And me again adding little tiny details. Now here is the outside area, which is quite open, and this is one of the walk-ins. This is an area where I wanted it to be quite I don't know, so if anyone did come to the private place, that they could have like, I don't know, some news about it, because I was thinking, because Silas is like an instructor, he probably would have a few of his like, I don't know, of his closer like friends or like just people come and let their horses stay here or come over for training. So he'd have like kind of like an open area where they could come in and look at the magazines and stuff like that, and just general stuff. Some more detail. Here is the kitchen area, because I mean, why not? Now the kitchen area is functional, but it's not like perfect. It's rather simple, and I just added as much detail as I could. Here I am making sure it is brown rather than white. And then here we move on to the next day where the clips change. I'm so sorry it's slow. It's because I left and I forgot I was recording, and so it goes on for a little bit and then it moves on. There we go. And here I am changing the other details. So there is more detail going on, like a phone, some cups, a charger. And then this is like the more like sit down and chat area, as well as like where you just relax. As you can see, there's a fireplace and some seating and some area for animals, because I mean, Silas does have currently has a cat with his crush. It's her cat, but he looks after it and he really loves it. And I'm also deciding on him either getting a dog or just a dog, or maybe like some wild animal. But yeah, here's me looking for like a more warm lighting to add, but I can't really think of what to use, so I just add things like the lighting, and this is just doing more seating, make it more cozy. Add the TV. And over here becomes the like proper like tack area. These are not walls, these are like kind of like dividers or just like general decorations. And of course, because this does not have any actual tack in it, I kind of have to make do with what I've got. this area is kind of like another welcome place with like just like information and pictures and stuff like that, with little boards and writing, just kind of tell you like what the place is about and what's happening today. As you can see, I'm just using like whatever board I can get, because I mean, beggars can't be choosers. That is all for tack. As you can see, I put like a jacket on one instead. I try and put rosettes up, but my game freaks out and is like, insufficient funds, which does not work. So I have to, I was told to leave the game, come back. I had to Google what was up, because it was like I had gone like this entire time without an issue. And what had actually happened was I had accidentally clicked on the people before I got on, so it like registered me as playing them, so I was like kind of using their money, and I had ran out of money, so I had to go on them. Flower, sorry, that's my dog, and refund some money into them using the Motherload cheat. And now I'm putting some like water balls down. Redoing the sound, because for some reason I like messed up and I was like, what? So we're just like checking everything now, I believe. I don't think I really add anything. Oh yeah, I fixed over here. And I think I'm done. I believe, yeah, I'm done. And that was like kind of like it. So thanks for watching.